let me go and say the next one, like H1 custom checkbox 2, and I'm going to say input. So I'm going to wrap my input within the label tag, and then I'm going to have an input and tag and a div tag where I'm going to hold my border and the check mark. Let's give the class names for the label tag, input, and the div tag. So for label, I'm going to give like checkbox label underscore wrapper. Then for check second method, and for the input one, I'm going to say like type is going to be checkbox, name equal will be check2, id check2, value is be yes, and then the class will be, I'm going to make like checkbox label, and this is going to my input. So here I have a typo. I'm going to resolve it, and I'm going to give this checkbox label as custom 2. Let's refresh the page. Checkbox, I'm sorry. Okay. Since we have already mentioned given like display none, so that is the reason the checkbox is not getting displayed. And for the div container, I'm going to have a class name called checkbox underscore background. So in the previous example, we are making the checkbox and the border with the label before, and in the second one, we are going to make it with after pseudo class. So now let's start from the wrapper class, checkbox wrapper. Dot. So before that, I'm going to say like custom second for common purpose, and dot wrapper. So I'm going to set the position as a relative, then display property as inline block. Since when I'm going to say inline block, I can set the height and width of that particular container, cursor as pointer, and user set as none. Let me check. Yeah, so this has been still not reflected. Let me refresh it one more time. Yes, it has been reflected. And now we are going to mention the checkbox is displaying none. So for that, I'm going to access the parent class, and then I'm going to call this checkbox input, say display none. Now we need to decorate that background properties for that div container. So again, I'm going to say like wrapper, and for the div one, the class name is checkbox background. So let's give the height of the width as 1 rem. So the width as 1 rem, height as 1 rem, and set the background color as transparent, display inline block, and now set the border as 2px solid, then this color 000.54. So most of the color code will be from materials, so it's something similar to a black, but it's not the exact black one. And I'm setting the border radius as 0.2 rem. Let's refresh the page. Okay, so we have created a border for that background div. So let me set this position as absolute, and then top one as 0, and then the left property as 3 rem. Just refresh the page. Okay, so let's debug it here. Top RAM, so let me add it. Okay, so give it like 5 RAM. Okay, perfect. Now we need to decorate the background color whenever the checkbox is checked. So for that, we just want to say right from the parent level, parent, and the checkbox input is this one, dot checkbox input with checked mark, checked, I'm going to access the checked pseudo property plus the checkbox background color, and we want to set the background color as hash. So I'm going to set this a default blue color, which is from the material CSS, material colors, I'm sorry. And then again the border as 2px solid hash 2196 fc. So let's refresh the page. Okay, so now the background blue color has been applied. Let's do it for at a hover level. So on hover, what is going to be the property of how the background color of this box should be like. So I'm going to set the background as transparent in order to make much clear to use it. So on hover, it's background transparent, yes. So now we need to place our tick mark whenever the checkbox was checked. So just copy the syntax. So with that, I'm going to add that after property. So whenever it's checked, so I'm going to add that after pseudo class. So say like position absolute. Now content as empty. Since we are going to create tick marks through CSS, we want to have that content property. And then I'm going to set the height of the tick mark as check as 5px and width as 10px. Let's say how this came here. Okay. Okay, still it is not appearing. Height. Now let's say the border, 2px solid, and then the border of that content tick should be white. So if you look at there, right, we are seeing a rectangle shape where has been created. So whenever I'm going to select, whenever I'm going to check the checkbox, the rectangle has been created. So we want to convert this rectangular box, white rectangular box, into a tick mark. So for that, I'm going to make that border of top and border right to get removed. For that, I'm going to apply that property border top as none and border right as none. Let's go and refresh the page. Okay, so now we got a L shape one. Here we need to rotate that div. So for that, I'm going to use that transform property, rotate minus 45 degrees. Okay, so now the tick mark has been rotated and now we are going to see a perfect tick mark, but still that position was not aligned. So in order to align it, I'm going to add one more property called translate. So translate, which is something like which sets that x and y parameters. Translate. Let's check that. We can check from the Mozilla doc. It's like translate Mozilla. Translate. CSS. Yeah. So we'll get the syntax as translate CSS function. So now I'm going to use this alignment. So we can go with the percentage level, 0% and minus 100%. Let's check this. Or we'll go with the default one, like 30, 50. Still, it is somehow not aligned properly. So so this is going to be 0, okay, and 20, yes. So translate 0 and 50%, 0 and 50. Perfect. So now we have created a custom checkbox using the same CSS but with a different method, creating the check mark and the border with background blue on the at the div container. So the second method is pretty much similar to that material design checkbox. The major difference between the material checkbox and the one which we have created is the ripple method. So in this method, I don't have any ripple scripting. So in the next video, we will look at that how to add a ripple on top of the checkbox. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave your comments on the comment box. We will see you later soon. Thank you.